Parshas Bamidbar. This Shabbos, aside from being Parshas Bamidbar, it is also Erev Shavuos. And you know what we always like to say over here in the Shir, it's amazing how the entire year of all the Yom Tovim, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Chanukah, Purim, Pesach, and here we are, Shavuos, and we were just mentioning here before that before we turn around, the next Yom Tov is Rosh Hashanah, so we really better shape up and make this a good Shavuos. So we're going to speak tonight, basically all of the Shir is going to be about the Yom Tov of Shavuos, and we're going to try to get a lesson that we can actually use. What do we have already? 48 hours to Shavuos. So if you're not prepared by now, then you're going to need a crash course. You're going to need a lesson that you can really put to use very quickly for Shavuos. So we're going to try to give you one right now tonight. So the Nesivos Shalom brings down, and when the Nesivos Shalom talks about Shavuos, the Nesivos Shalom talks about the main inyan of Shavuos, which we know is Kabbalas HaTorah. And of course, there are other important aspects of Shavuos, and there are aspects with which people put to the forefront of Shavuos. We know there's a very important inyan of cheesecake, and there's another important inyan of flowers, but sometimes, unfortunately, these things become the ikar of Shavuos, and they're wonderful, they're minhagim, and they're all wonderful things, and Messiah and everything. However, we might lose sight of really what the Yom Tov of Shavuos means to us and what it really is to us. And the Nesivos Shalom brings down that just as the Torah itself is nitzchias, and we've spoken about this many times, the Torah is not a storybook, the Torah is nitzchias, the Torah is perpetual, so too is this inyan of Kabbalas HaTorah. And each year, on this day of Shavuos, there is a new Kabbalas HaTorah. Kabbalas HaTorah is nitzchias. And when we say in the Kiddush, Mir Tashem, on Shavuos night, you're going to say, Zman Matan Torah Seinu. Zman Matan Torah Seinu, it does not mean that we have set aside a day, so to speak, to commemorate this day in history when the Torah was once given. That's not what Zman Matan Torah Seinu means. Zman Matan Torah Seinu tells us that each and every year there is a new Kabbalas HaTorah. Shavuos is a Zman Matan Torah Seinu. And each and every year, we're not commemorating some sort of historic fact, historic day, something that was a few thousand years ago. And it is therefore, even though when Bnei Yisrael left Mitzrayim, the Torah we know was actually given on Zion Nisan, as brought down in the Magen Avraham and Siman Tov Tzadik Dalet. The Magen Avraham brings down that the Torah was actually given on Zion Sivan. Still, we call the day of Vav Sivan, the 6th day of Sivan, we call it Zman Matan Torah Seinu. Why is that? Because like we said, it's not about the day that the Torah was once given a few thousand years ago. It's not about that. What is it about? It is about the Zman that renews itself each and every year, including this year. The Arizal points out that the Pasuk in Parshas Yisro, which we're going to learn on the first morning of Shavuos, the Pasuk says, Moshe Yidaber, everybody's familiar with this pasuk, but it's very interesting to note that the pasuk does not say Moshe Diber. Diber means something in the past tense that Moshe spoke. Very interesting. The pasuk says Moshe Yidaber, Moshe will speak. And what does that teach us? Zok the Arizal, that Moshe Yidaber in the future, Moshe Yidaber is a remez to the renewal of Kabbalas HaTorah each and every year. Just like we said. The Nesivos Shalom tells us that just as there is a renewal of Kabbalas HaTorah each and every year, there's something that we need to know also. So too, we are zoiche every single year to all the things that come along with Kabbalas HaTorah too. But there's a catch. We need to be aware of what is going on around us and take advantage of the situation also. The Gemara in Masechet Taanis tells us that Matan Torah was like a Yoim Chasunosoi. The Pasuk says, "Sener Enam Bamelach Shlomo Ba'Torah she'itru lo imoy b'Yoim Chasunosoi u'b'Yoim Simchas Liboy." So the Gemara in Taanis tells us that the Yoim of Matan Torah is the Yoim Chasunosoi. It is, so to speak, a wedding between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Klal Yisrael. Matan Torah was a chasana. It was a wedding between the Rebbeinu Shalom and Klal Yisrael. And it is each and every single year. Every year, at the Yom Tov of Shavuos, every single year is like the day of the wedding. We have a new Kabbalas HaTorah, and therefore there's a new wedding with Klal Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yoim Chasun Osai, like the Gemara Masechet Taanis says. It's an every single year Shavuos, and now we're coming up to a new day of a wedding between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Klal Yisrael. And we all know, Baruch Hashem, we've all been to chasanas, and we know something very special, what goes on at a wedding time. There's a lot of gifts being exchanged between the sides. And in our case, says the Nesivos Shalom, the king, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who's making the wedding, is giving out gifts. B'yoyim chasun asoi, u'b'yoyim simchas liboy. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving out gifts. Yet, there are those who have very, very small ideas. There are those people that have very, very small musagim. And imagine this, says the Nesivos Shalom. The king, who's making the wedding, he allows a poor individual to come in and be a guest at the wedding, to come into the wedding. And the king is there, he's giving out gifts, he's giving out a lot of big stuff, wonderful, wonderful presents, wonderful gifts. And the poor person comes into the wedding, and the king says to the poor person, "What can I give you?" And the poor person says, "Please, can you give me a piece of bread?" You're asking for a piece of bread? The king is ready to give you anything. He's ready to give you presents that are expensive, the most wonderful gifts in the world, and you're asking for a piece of bread. It sounds insane. It sounds like totally that this person has no idea what he's asking for. So the Nesivos Shalom says, you know what? Don't laugh. Don't think it's so funny, because really, this could be us on Shavuos. On the Yoim Matan Torah, this poor person who's asking for a piece of bread, this could be us. Because it comes to the Yom Tov of Shavuos, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving out tremendous gifts. There's a Kabbalas HaTorah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is having a wedding with Klal Yisrael. He's giving out gifts, giving out new things, and we're not asking. We're coming Shavuos, we're letting Shavuos go by, and we're not asking for all these special gifts. We're asking for a piece of bread. Maybe give me a good piece of cheesecake. Maybe have a nice bouquet of flowers on my table. You're asking for bread. You're not asking, you're not accepting the gifts that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is ready to give you. V'hasienu Hashem Elokeinu es birkas mayadecha. We want Hashem to bestow on us what? The brachos and the presents that are unique to each Yom Tov. And the present that's unique, the bracha of Chag HaShavuos, is Bikravtem Mincha Chadashol Hashem. We're asking for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A mincha is a present, a mincha chadasha. We're asking for a present that is new, something that is new to us. We're asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu, mincha chadasha, give us the opportunity to be new people. And even if last year we were that beggar and we came in on Shavuos and we just asked for a piece of bread, we're asking mincha chadasha. Let us be makabel the Torah this year the way we should have every single year that we're alive until now. And we let the opportunity slip away. Let it be a real Kabbalas HaTorah this year. The opportunity to change, the opportunity to renew and try again. And when the Hashpos of Shavuos come around each and every year, There are tremendous segulas, says the Nesivos Shalom. There are tremendous segulas in this Zman when we come to the night of Shavuos, to the Leil Shavuos, to the day of Shavuos, to the Kabbalah Torah of Shavuos. There are tremendous segulas of growth all around. Tremendous segulas of growth for each and every person. And come on, tell me, who doesn't love segulas? For some reason, maybe when it comes to Kabbalah Torah, I don't know, all of a sudden we're not so interested maybe in the segula, but it comes out, and we know anytime it comes throughout the year, if you do this, if you wear this, if you walk here, if you go there, if you walk under this, over that, everybody's interested in all the segulas, and here we have the segula of a lifetime. The entire Yom Tov of Shavuos is enveloped, the entire Yom Tov of Shavuos is an opportunity for us to grow. We can reach the Madrega on Shavuos of Ata Reisa Ladas Ein Oid Movadoi. We can reach an extremely, extremely high Madrega. And really, each and every person has to wake up when it comes to Chag HaShavuos and get yourself, life is in cruise control. And everybody is in a rut and is in doing what they've been doing every year of their life. And we, like we said, we have the cycle. We go to Rosh Hashanah, and then it's Sukkot, then it's Purim, and then it's Shavuos, and then the opportunity of Kabbalah Torah passes you by again. You have to get out of cruise control and stop and take advantage of this time of the year. It's the day of a wedding. So don't think small. Don't be that beggar that's waiting for a piece of bread. Don't think small. Break free from the rut. Break free of the cycle of doing the same thing and saying the same things and talking the same way. It's a time to grow. It's a time to join the party. Rabbi Shlomo's inviting you to a party. I'm making a wedding. I'm making a fancy wedding, a 10-course wedding with a shmorg, with rib steak, with the best stuff that you're going to have. And you're asking me for a piece of bread. Come to the wedding. Hashem is ready to give out major, major gifts. But you know what? You have to be ready to accept. You have to be willing to accept. And every single one of us can change and grow a tremendous amount this Shavuos, but it means thinking about it for a few minutes. It means thinking about it and understanding. This year, Shabbos Kodesh is the Erev Shavuos. We don't come in after running around the whole day. And you know what? The parsha that we're going to lay on this Shavuos, Parshas Bamidbar, if it teaches us one lesson, you know what it teaches us? Don't look at your friend. Don't look at the rest of your family. Don't look at the people around you. Parshas Bamidbar, the entire beginning of the parsha, most of the parsha teaches us what? That every person counts. And you count. And if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. You have to be a number. You have to be a number in a good way. You have to know that everything that you do, you count to Hashem. Hashem is happy if your friend and your neighbor and the rest of your family is Mekabel the Torah, but He's missing out on you. And you count, and you have to know that this is what the Yom Tov of Shavuos is all about. It's about thinking about it and being ready to accept from HaKadosh Baruch Hu the wonderful, tremendous gifts that are available to us. Don't let this opportunity go by. Remember that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is waiting for you, and not just everybody else. He's waiting for you, and we should talk about Zoicha to emes HaKabbalah Torah, and be Zoicha to take out of this year more than cheesecake, and more than flowers, and more than the other things that we do for Shavuos. Let's not forget the main course. Let's not forget about the Kabbalah Torah.